Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more of the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. And I left the last video at kind of a cliffhanger as a dog springs at me breathing fire, and I have to test my skill, I'm assuming, to avoid it. So hopefully we can pass here. Looking good. Looks like we pass. Alright, you dive out of the way in time. Instinctively, you dive out of the way and avoid the jet of fire streaming towards you. You feel a blast of heat as you narrowly avoid the flames. Before the beast has a chance to react, you take it by surprise and attack it with every ounce of your strength. The creature gives an unearthly howl as you do so, then slumps to the ground. Its body crumbles to ash. The old man is furious at your killing his pet. "You monster! Now you shall meet a real one!" His eyes turn white with anger. He slowly rises from his seat, and as he stands, he appears to gain in size and stature. He is changing in front of your eyes. He sprouts hair on his face and forearms. His nose lengthens and becomes dog-like. His teeth are pointed. He is a werewolf, and he advances towards you. Fight the werewolf. Alright, I don't know what to expect from this guy. Looks like he's moving. I'm just going to go ahead and give him some Blade Storm right in his face. Okay, roll off, and he beat me, unfortunately. He did not give me any indication that he was going to attack, so I'm going to move. Yeah, he doesn't give any indication of attacking. I think I can assume here, though, that he always attacks forward. But the question is he going to move, too? Let's go ahead and attack straight ahead. Alright, again, I don't think he's going to give me any indication. I'm going to go ahead and attack again. Alright, we're going to have to just make assumptions here. I'm going to give him a Blade Storm. Okay, I'm going to move because I'm assuming he's going to attack forward. That's the one thing I can kind of count on, is that he can only attack forward. I don't know where the heck he's going now. I just gave him an attack that way. I'm going to also give him an attack here. I'm going to twin charge here. Alright, that was unfortunately not the right choice. Alright, it looks like he may move here. So we're going to Blade Storm him. Alright, unfortunately that was the wrong choice. I'm going to attack. Alright, I'm going to attack here again. Alright, so he moves a lot further than I expected him to. We'll move so he can't attack us. Okay, he's going to move that way. I'm just going to... I'll move, because I'm fairly certain he's not going to attack. Alright, I'm going to do Twin Charge Strike. Got him. Alright, I won. I think he hit me once. Lost 2 stamina from the fight. You've defeated the werewolf. With a sigh of relief, you lean against the shack's wall. You've defeated the werewolf. You gain some luck. Unfortunately, we're already at max. As you look around the room, there appears to be a little of use, although the bunch of keys looked interesting, including one in particular with a tag on it which you cannot read. Take the key with a tag. Take the key and put it in your pack. The only other door nearby is one leading to what looks like a larder. Let's see if we actually know what that key is, or it doesn't tell us. Yeah, boathouse key. So you kind of can cheat there. You take the key, then you see what it is. The only other door nearby is one leading to what looks like a larder. Okay, we'll open the larder door. You open the door and find the werewolf's larder, a miscellaneous collection of bones, decaying meats. The smell is nauseating, although a jar of pickled eggs seemed to offer fairly palatable food. Do you wish to take the pickled eggs? We'll go ahead and take it. Eagerly, you take one of the pickled eggs and bite into it without a second thought. Then you gag and spit it out in disgust. The eggs are just as vile as everything else in the horrid larder. Unfortunately, you already swallowed some of the eggs. Well, there goes our luck. With nothing else of interest in the werewolf shack, you decide to leave. Now, I do have a potion, so I can restore my luck, but I'm not going to do that if I'm only down 1. You open the door and leave the shack, finding yourself in the passage leading back to the riverbank. You return to the river. Okay, we're going to... Does it not let me go back over here? Because I have the boathouse key now. Let's go over this way. Yeah, it doesn't let me go back to the boathouse. You follow the faint sandy path leading to imposing building and the cave wall. While not as large as the building to the north, it is nonetheless magnificently grand. It towers above you, and you cannot help but wonder how on Titan the thing was built. Let's return to the beach. Let's see if it lets me go to the boathouse. Make your way back. Oh, no. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Looks like I have no choice here. You walk along the sand to the massive structure. A set of stone steps leads upwards into the structure itself. Near the steps, a path leads west to a tower leading upwards on the side of the main structure. But I don't think I've been to the tower before, so we're going to go that route. I'm kind of disappointed, though, that we couldn't go back to the boathouse. Apparently, once you've gone through a path, it doesn't really let you backtrack, I'm assuming. You decide to walk westwards and reach the tower. The sandy path continues until you reach some stone steps that lead upwards. Just as you're about to climb the steps, you suddenly feel angry about being here within Firetop Mountain, chasing some vague quest. I'll never succeed at the Trial of Champions. Why did I ever come here? This is pointless. Something strange seems to be happening to you. It seems to be getting worse. Your anger and frustration increase. This place is affecting you somehow. Oh, ass. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and continue on. Alright, light glows from the tower entrance. Now, I could take that luck potion at this point, and it would probably be a good call, but... you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Though I'm torn on it. 5 is not really good, but I might get my luck reduced in other ways. We'll walk towards the light. We'll walk through the opening, and before you know it, you stumbled upon a set of spiral stairs. The stairs are cracked and old, and do not seem to be held up by any supporting structure. Your thoughts are starting to become darker and more sinister. Why am I here? This had to end. I need to kill. Alright. I'm gonna climb the stairs. Climb up the stairs, which seem to go on forever. Step by step, you climb further up the dank tower until you reach an alcove where you can catch your breath. Suddenly, a raspy voice makes you jump in shock. Hello there, kind stranger. Do you have a moment to spare for a hungry beggar? Any kind of food will do. The gaunt, tired man with sunken eyes and scraggly hair is staring at you expectantly. Pathetic creature should die. What am I thinking? Must control my thoughts. Alright. At this point, I can do the potion. Let's use the potion of fortune. Get our fortune back up. Now test our luck. Alright, we rolled very well anyway, and we lose the luck by having to roll. We'll feed the beggar. You look through your backpack as you search for something to give the beggar. What will you give him? A portion of your provisions. He asks for food. You hand the beggar a portion of your provisions. He gratefully accepts and eagerly wolfs it all down. It's clear that the poor man is starving. Wonderful, he says. I'm sorry that I cannot give you anything in return, but you have my thanks. You say goodbye to the beggar. Be careful, he warns. There are much more dangerous things in the domain of the dead other than myself. You leave the beggar and head towards the stairs to continue upwards. Now, it's possible that drinking that potion was a mistake. I don't know what happens if you lose all your luck. You might die. You continue up the staircase, which seems to have no end. The stone crumbling masonry causes you to slip many times, nearly causing you to tumble all the way down the tower. Thankfully, you're able to right yourself. You stop and rest at a crumbling alcove. A daunting stone statue of an imposing warrior looms over you. They stand stern but proud. Sword planted in the ground, it feels as though the statue is on guard, warding off the domain of the dead's evil spirits. I'm still struggling to control my thoughts. A rage is taking me over. Test your luck. Okay, it's going to be a little bit lower now. Fortunately, I think I rolled perfectly. You need a score of 6. You rolled a 5. Kneel in front of the statue. Despite wanting to destroy the statue, you maintain composure and kneel down in front of it. You close your eyes and feel a pleasant, calming feeling wash over you. Your whole body feels completely invigorated and you feel completely refreshed. Okay, luck's restored. Skill restored. Oh, this is fantastic. Stamina restored. The statue must be magical. With renewed vigor and no sign of anger you felt previously, you are prepared to continue up the tower. So the potion was apparently the right choice. I am noting that we haven't rested at a bench, though, so if we die, we're going to have to go through this again, and I don't know if I'll be as lucky this time. You follow the steps further up the tower. Soon you notice an eerie blue glow emanating from further up the stairs. As you get closer, the light becomes more intense. You reach the source of the light. Set in the stone are eerie glowing symbols. You cannot read what they say. Okay, so I can't read what they say. I don't think hitting them was the right course. This is, again, where his illiteracy comes to bite us. I'm just going to continue on, but that could be the wrong choice. You continue to climb further up the stairs. You pass a crack in the wall, oozing an unpleasant smelling slime. The goo is slowly forming a pool on the floor. Suddenly, there's a rumbling sound. There's an explosion of brick and masonry as hideous slime worms burst out of the wall. You count 3 of them as they ride towards you. These horrific beasts, long dead, have been reanimated by the slime itself. The creature snaked towards you with frightening speed. Alright, we fought slime worms before, although I don't know if I got enough of a glimpse to know exactly how they fight. Alright, that one's going to attack. I'm going to assume that moving straight forward, I'm safe, but you never really know. Okay. As I kind of assumed, I think they can only attack straight ahead. I could be wrong. Alright, well, I was obviously wrong. I think I rolled better, so we won there. I think this one's going to move, so I think I'm safe to say it's going to move here, so I'm going to Blade Storm. Kill it. Okay, I'm assuming that this guy's going to move here, so I could just do a normal attack, I think. Okay, so it's going to attack me. I think this one's just moving. I'm not positive on that. I could do a twin charge strike and hope for the best. And I think I'm going to do that. Okay, that was correct. I'm going to move to the side because I know they can attack diagonally. Okay, I'm assuming it's going to move here. Okay, it's going to probably attack. I think the correct course of action is to move. Okay, it's attacking again. I don't know how it's going to attack, so I'll just attack here. Okay, it's moving. I think it's safe to assume it's going to move there, so I'm going to twin charge it. Got it. All right, that wasn't too bad. We managed to get through without suffering anything. 15 souls is nothing to sneeze at. The slime worm roars in pain, then crashes to the ground. There are a few involuntary twitches, and then it lies still. The slime slowly begins to ooze off the dead creature's body and begins to head towards you. You quickly decide to continue up the steps before you share the same fate as the slime worm. That doesn't look good. You reach the top of the staircase and it intersects to the east and west. Just before the bend is a sign, but you cannot read it. The passage leading west is the beginning of a stairway leading downwards. It looks like a bunch of farm implements that are floating. All right, anyway, the passage leading west is the beginning of a stairway leading downwards, but I don't want to go downwards. Only 3 steps have been built so far. Oh, maybe it's magical tools building the passage? Okay. A number of shovels, picks, and other tools are lying on the ground by the steps, but as you turn the corner, they suddenly flurry into action and begin working on the steps. Huh. You're now watching various tools digging and hammering as if being handled by invisible workers. A humming chant becomes louder, and you recognize it as, hi ho, it's off to work we go. As you stand watching, you start to chuckle. The scene is quite amusing. I need to leave this area immediately. I don't trust this strange magic. You know what? I'm going to rest my legs and watch the tools for a while. Just see what they do. You sit and watch and even manage to chat to some of the magical tools. All right, we get some stamina. We didn't need it, but that's okay. Not only has the rest improve your vitality, but the magic from the tools seems to also heal the aches and pains you have sustained on your journey so far. Okay. I don't think we were down on that. With nowhere else to go, you turn back and go up the passageway. Okay. Again, we don't know what the sign said. Ah, this looks familiar. You walk down the passageway, and after some time, you come to the portcullis insert into a wall on the right. Looking through, you can see steps leading down to darkness. Not exactly sure where this portcullis is. Let's say we open the portcullis, because I know it's east. You crash down with all your strength. You try to lift the portcullis. The air suddenly feels stale, and you begin to smell the unmistakable odor of putrefying flesh. Out of the darkness beyond the iron doorway, something moves at great speed up the stairs. The shape is upon you before you realize what is happening. You fall backwards, staring in horror at the creature on the other side. Scratching through the gaps in the bars is a semi-decayed man. His quick eyes dart from side to side, watching you. A long tongue flashes out between his swollen lips with a hissing noise. His teeth and nails are sharp, and he seems hellbent on trying to rip through the portcullis. Scrambling backwards, you get to your feet. While my training is important, I can bypass this undead fiend. All right. So there was no way to go that way. Okay. Now, I think that was the vampire that we encountered with the Alexandra Black Sand playthrough. So I didn't really encounter what was down here with Alexandra. And I am curious, but obviously I can't do that. Following the path forward, you discover a bench where you are able to rest. A set of stairs lead upward, and a strange light can be seen coming up from the corridor. This place of undead has been extremely draining. My tally of 40 kills is also very disappointing. I could do better. Alright, we're going to sit down and rest on the bench because it's been a while. Alright. We don't need to use any provisions, so we're just going to sit and rest. We don't need the health, but we do need the save point. So, there we go. So it seems like the course through the tower circumvents a lot of the danger if you can pass the luck rolls that you have to do and also survive the luck hits. So if you had a character that was very lucky, I think that would be the right course to take. If you're more of a combat-oriented character like we're playing, I think the course of action was to go straight through the building. Alright, stepping into a tall pillared room, you are stunned by its centerpiece. In the middle of the room stands a large, intricate glass globe. Inside the globe appears to be a complex maze, constantly twisting and rotating. As you look closer, there seem to be tiny figures inside the maze. These tiny figures look like very small goblins. The maze seems to get larger before your eyes, and an intense light suddenly begins to shine. Before you know what is happening, the dazzling light has completely overwhelmed you. You feel dizzy and you collapse to the floor. You fall unconscious. Bright light that surrounds you fades, and you appear in a square-shaped room paved with strange purple flagstones. You feel lightheaded and highly disoriented. Bizarre crystalline structures surround you, and you have a distinct feeling that you are now somewhere within the globe you encountered, as many of the features around you match those that you saw. Shaking off your disorientation, you decide to take a look around. There's an archway on your left, and beyond it, you can see some steps leading upwards. There is also a crystal plinth situated next to the archway that looks interesting. The only other exit from the room seems to be a large archway facing you. We'll investigate the plinth. The small crystal plinth is about the size of a dwarf, and it sparkles with an ethereal quality. It looks as though the plinth holds 3 crystal rods inserted into circular slots. One of these slots already has a rod sitting proud from it. Okay. I know what this is, pretty much is how you get out of here, is inserting the other 2 crystals. So we're going to ignore the rod and enter the archway. And our quest is to kill the Minotaur. We're in the right place. This is the maze. This is where the Minotaur is found. So I'm going to obviously need to kill the Minotaur while we're here. You come across crossroads with paths leading off in all directions. You're surrounded on all sides by the strange crystalline shapes that appear dotted around the strange place. It looks like we've encountered the goblin right away. In the center of the crossroads, hanging from a rope, has a small cage. There is a goblin sitting in the cage with his legs dangling through the bars. Strangely, it looks looks, though the rope is not being held up by anything and disappears into the darkness above. You also notice a metal box on the ground directly below the cage. We'll talk to the goblin. Look up towards the cage. The goblin begins humming some kind of tune. The creature either can't hold a note, or this is the worst tune you've ever heard. How did you get up there? It's my shift. Sit in the cage and hold this crystal thingy. Ain't much fun, I can tell you. Sat here hour after hour, waiting for the next sucker to venture into the master's maze. Pausing for a moment, the goblin is clearly thinking hard. I thinks the others keep making it my shift, you know. They're jealous because I'm smarter than they is. This only raises more questions, but you hold your tongue. The goblin starts to swing its legs back and forth, which makes the cage start to rock forward and backwards. Alright, ask the goblin how the cage is lowered. You need to find some kind of thing to slot in the box down there. It'll be somewhere on this level. Okay. We'll leave by one of the exits. Alright. Now this maze changes every time you enter it. So it really doesn't matter which way we go. So I'm just going to go south here. As you walk into the small room, you can hear crying. On the floor in front of you, you see a large shape which looks like an ogre lying on its back. And it is either sleeping or dead. Laying across the top of the ogre, with their back to you, is someone or something dressed in orcish armor. The sobbing and wailing appears to be coming from them. Alright, we'll ask what the problem is. You ask what the problem is, and whether you can help. The figure turns around, and you see that it is a young orc, his eyes red and puffy, tears rolling down his cheeks. She is Gorn! Completely dead! I told them orcs that she was not well enough to enter this stinking maze. They pushed her too far this time, he says through muffled sobs. You suddenly feel sorry these wretched creatures obviously the ogre meant something to this orc. Okay. Give the orc a gold donation. Suddenly, your sudden compassion compels you to throw a coin in the direction of the orc. He catches the shiny prize and chokes back a few tears. That is very good, generous of you, he mumbles. For your kindness, I will give you some knowledge that I know. He stands up, wiping away the tears. I suppose you are eager for the master's treasure. I hear a key for that is found in the scary dead place. A nasty dead wit creature stole it from us once. Oh, and you might be needing this. The orc throws you a strange metal object that looks like some kind of handle. You thank the orc for his useful knowledge and decide to leave the room. You see paths leading north, south, and east. I'm going to continue going south. Okay, we are at a bend here. Go east. Okay, we'll go north just to hook around. Okay, continue going east. No good there. Let's go east again. Still no good. Go east one more time. Okay. I'm gonna go south. Okay. You, the purple flagstones, continue until they hit a brick wall ahead and disappear underneath. The only option is to go back north. Let's go north. Following the passageway, you open a door leading into a square room. Your eyes are immediately drawn to a large bowl filled to the brim with gold pieces. You spot a large clay vase. In the room, you sift through the broken pottery and other debris. Suddenly, you hear a heavy snorting sound behind you and quickly turn around. Wait, what's that noise? A muscular beast emerges from the shadows. From the neck down, it is man-like, with powerful muscles flexing and heaving as its broad chest takes deep breaths. Easily as tall as yourself, this creature has the head of a rampaging bull. And this is our quest. So this is to be my sparring partner, a minotaur, similar to the one lurking within the Trial of Champions. Have at you, beast, you roar, brandishing your weapon. In response, the minotaur's huge red eyes glare furiously. With a bellow, it lowers its sharp horns towards you and charges. Alright, this is a tough opponent. I do not remember exactly how its combat mechanics work, but I believe it attacks mostly in a straight line. And it may be attacking me now, so I think I'm going to have to move. Yes. Now I'm a little bit in trouble because I'm penned in. So, if I move, I'm going to get hit. If I don't move, I'm going to probably get hit. So I'm going to twin charge strike it. Move it back. Okay, it's going to move over this way, so I'm fine, I think, in attacking it. I think that was the right course of action. I'm going to go ahead and attack it again. Go ahead and attack it again. Okay, it's going to move. I think it's safe to just do Blade Storm now. Alright, that wasn't too bad. We managed to finish it off pretty quickly. We lost a little bit of stamina, but that's not too bad. We're unhurt so far. You've defeated the Minotaur. With an almighty bellow, the Minotaur crashes to the ground. Its legs twitch, spasming reflexively. Then the beast lies still. Its head lands with a painful thump on your feet, and you hop back in pain. Wiping your weapon's blade, you return it to its sheath. Alright, we beat the Minotaur with Arran Gottspeed, trained for the Trial of Champions by slaying a Minotaur. Truly, this was a fight worthy of a champion. Dodging its charge was the key. I should be well prepared for the Baron Sungkumvit's den of devilry. Wreckage from the Minotaur lies strewn haphazardly across the room. Pieces of clay pot lie scattered and broken, while the bowl of coins has been kicked across the floor during the battle. Gold pieces glinting in the light. As you inspect them more closely, it appears that they are nothing more than a fraud. However, some real gold pieces lie amongst the fakes. We got some gold. The vase is filled with nothing more interesting than an ordinary water. As you tip it out, it slips and breaks. A crystal shard appears, hidden inside a false bottom in the bowl. You place it in your pack. All right, we got some luck out of that. With nothing else of importance in the room, you decide to leave. Exits lead south and north. I think we go north to continue our journey. Okay, so dead end. Go south again. I'm sorry. Did I hit north? I thought I hit south. Go south. Go south. There we go. They switched the order, and that's why. All right, let's go west. So we've got one crystal, and we've got the handle, so we can get out of here. Let's go back to the goblin. There's no reason to continue searching. We got the Minotaur. That was what we were really here for. There's no point in risking to see if there's anything there. Go north. Slot the winch handle into the slot. During the winch, you can hear some kind of clunking mechanical noise coming from somewhere beneath your feet. The cage begins to drop down in a jerking motion, which makes the goblin jump up to its feet and grip the bars. Crikey! You was doing it! Of all the times, had to be on my shift, didn't it? The goblin shouts anxiously. Within a few minutes, the cage thuds down onto the floor, and the sound echoes around the room. The goblin jumps out of the cage, gripping a crystal shard in one hand and a sword, short sword in the other. Now remember, this guy's being tricky to fight. Like, he had unusual attacks for a goblin. I'm gonna move, because I think that's a safe course of action. Yeah, he's a little scumbag. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do a twin charge here. That apparently overrides his little dodgy move. I'm just gonna do a normal attack here. Yeah, I kind of assumed that's what would happen. We'll move. He's gonna do probably the same attack, so it's probably wise that I move back. Okay. Probably gonna have to catch him doing an attack like this. Gotcha. Okay, we win. We lost no stamina. Reach down, grab the crystal shard from the hand of the goblin. It is smeared in green blood. The goblin's eyes slowly open. I did a good job, huh? Then it closes them for a final time and breathes its last. Check around the room, but there is nothing else of interest in or around the cage. With your prize in, you decide to leave. Exits lead in all directions. So we're going to go ahead, go back west. And I think this is honestly a good point to put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.